I am very embarrassed to admit, after 25 years, I'm still not an Australian citizen. I remember going to a zoo with my husband, and I'd never actually seen an emu before, and my husband said, hey, you know, watch this, these are the most stupidest birds you could ever imagine. He actually opened his wallet and started throwing 20-cent pieces on the ground, and the emu ate about 3 of them. And I was thinking, what a strange country where the birds eat money. I always thought that I would travel, but I didn't actually think that I would move to another country. The fact that I was asked to actually settle in Australia it wasn't really a factor of such. Like, I would have settled wherever my partner wanted to go, but it was just basically that that's where he was from, so that's where our obvious move was. On the subject of children, it was in the great plan of life eventually, but they actually came a lot sooner than I anticipated. We actually hadn't bought a house or even worked out exactly where in Australia we were going to settle, so everything happened sort of a lot quicker than we planned. 4 was just out of the question. I didn't know anybody that had 4 children. And even surprisingly so, I had 4 daughters from a family history of all boys, so it was even more of a surprise. One of my daughters actually had quite a major medical condition that required so there's a lot of struggles, a lot of financial struggles and a lot of emotional struggles involved about what was the right or wrong thing to do. But I think it's brought us all closer together, and the girls are pretty close. We probably didn't know it, but my mum was probably suffering from some kind of mental illness, which we think now looking back was probably bipolar, which made things very difficult growing up. And in the very early years of my life, she was quite unable to cope, and I was fostered out quite a few times, which I think in some ways has had a bit of an effect on me as far as a sense of belonging is concerned. I remember my girls used to be quite embarrassed when I would say, oh quick, when they had a friend there, go and get a flannel, and they'd be saying, well, what's a flannel? And I'd say, well, a flannel, you wash your face with it. And they'd go, oh, you mean a washer? Or I'd say, what would you like for your birthday party to eat? Or, like, if we have a barbecue, would you want sausages or steak? And they'd say, no, shepherd's pie, please. I don't know what I'd changed about the last 25 years, but maybe the older that I did things a little bit, or my circumstances in actually coming out here. I wouldn't say I lived my life in fear. I would say that I live my life in hope that things will have a good outcome.